What is up, everybody? It is Joe from JLV Games, and I'm coming at you with another cool live stream. And we are back here in Planet Coaster with the one, the only Silver City recreation, the one that we worked on last night. And I was getting so inspired by it a lot that getting so excited about it that I just wanted to do it again. So we're back here in the recreation, and boy, I'm excited because we're going to be working a lot more on Thunderation and Time Travelers areas. So one thing that I really wanted to do is work on Time Travelers layout for the most part. And anyways, hi everybody, thanks for joining. For everyone that's saying hello, awesome to have you guys here, and I hope we have a fantastic stream. If you'll notice right over here, I have a new little thing that I added, which shows the kind of like the feed for when someone follows, subscribes, and all that stuff. I decided to do that. That way I can keep track of it a little bit better, so if I do end up missing somebody or something, it's right there. So that should be updating live, so if you do anything like a bit or cheers or anything like that, you will get a be on the board up here. So kind of a cool thing, I thought, and I'm just trying to expand a little bit more. And I've also added a little schedule thing in the panels down below on the streams as well, so you can actually check in to see the next time I'm streaming and everything. A little late notice on this stream, but I'm going to start doing that more often and actually create more of a schedule for you guys so you know, expect when to come back. So that's going to be really, really fun and exciting. So I got my layout of Time Traveler right here, the Pathfinder, which actually has the layout of the ride right inside. As you can see, the layout of the ride right there. It's actually comes in very, very useful because it also has pieces of the Thunderation in there as well, so I can see exactly how close to Thunderation the ride actually gets. So, alright, so this turnaround for Thunderation, it's right there. So this is gonna go up, around, and the turnaround's actually about right here. So we're going to work on that. So in this stream, we're going to be working a lot on the Time Travelers layout, and also more details for Thunderation. Something that I did do off screen not too long ago. I just wanted to see how it would work. We went in and added, because this is the edge of the map, so I can't gradually level it out the way I would like to. But I just tried to put a lot of trees to try and hide that as best as I could, because actually in reality there's a road just right over here that leads to the parking lot, so you can actually see a lot of the everything, these coasters from there, so you can see Time Traveler and everything. Hey Joe, sorry. What are you sorry for? Is Silver City my favorite park? I don't know if it's my favorite. It's, I'm a little biased towards it, I'll say that much. Okay, so it's gonna go over to the right a little bit here. You left early yesterday. That's fine, man. You gotta go to bed and stuff. That's not a huge deal. It's not like you're gonna lose any points or anything. It's nothing like that. Alright, so it has a little twisty-turny section here. So we're gonna have to line this up as best as we can. Alright, so we're gonna get that to 0. Because now we're gonna turn the other way. This might need to be sprawled out a little bit further. You started working on Time Traveler yesterday. Yes, I did actually, as you can see here. I think it was just a little bit after you left. I started doing a little bit for it as well. Alright, so this turn is actually fairly large. It's going to go around and go right up next to Thunderation. So we're going to head back over this direction, and we're going to have a nice turnaround into the first launch section. Hopefully this will all smooth out very nicely. That's my goal. But yeah, I would like everyone to kind of hope everyone's excited that I'm going to be, again, having a little bit of a schedule now. Again, if you haven't noticed. See, this is supposed to be really high up against this. Doesn't have to be perfect, but it's literally like in this corner right here. Like up against Thunderation. So we're gonna get turned around here. And this is gonna be the trickiest part, is getting this launch section lined up exactly where I need it to. Okay, because we're going to be soaring right through that spot right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to line this up. That's what we're going to do. And I'm going to actually build the launch section. Let's see. It is a little bit... It's almost, not really, but it's a little bit higher up. It's almost level with the other launch. And they're almost symmetrical. Not quite, but they're very close. They're pretty close. Alright, I gotta see where this is going. And I'm just making a straight section to kind of see where this heads into. Alright, we need to angle it more that way. So we're going to angle it more that way. Very hard to get these to exactly where I need them. Ah. Very difficult. I actually think I need to adjust this launch section a little bit as well. It's going to be a lot of adjusting to get this pretty much where I want it. You're going to be seeing that a lot. These launch sections are pretty close to each other. There, and this will be the linear synchronous motor. And we are going to, it's slightly angled. Like in the very slightest, so we're gonna try and make it have that angle on it. I'll get rid of the supports that I need to get rid of. And again, I might have to adjust it and make this launch section lower in the end. Who knows? I think I need to actually adjust the dive loop just very slightly to where it's banked more that way. Of course, it's hard to see in webcam which way I'm pointing to. So I hate to get rid of some of this progress, but we do need to go more this way. I'll make sure we're at 0 there. See if I can go to 0 yet. Hopefully I get this where I need it. Oh no, we're not gonna make this bigger. I always end up doing that, making the drop bigger than what it is. We're at 0 right there. Let's go ahead and smooth this out a little bit. Just position-wise, it was kind of incorrect, so we need to get that squared up here. I don't want to hurt my dive loop in any way, shape, or form because I think it's shaped up pretty perfectly. Hi, Joe. Hello. Greetings. Looks good. Thank you very much. Still lots to do. The goal in this stream is am I going to stream as long as I did last night? I actually started a schedule, and I'm going to be going until 11 p.m., so that's going to be about 4 hours. So from 7 to 11, and it's 7:12 right now. I don't know if you're in the what time zone you're in, but that is Central Time, my local time. But I just want to point out that I did add a little schedule thing down in the panels below, so you can actually check to see the events coming up and different live events that do occur. So in a way, I have a schedule going. I'll be able to stay up all night, guys, because I have 0 school tomorrow. Yay! Midnight your time. That's the goal, or the idea anyways, that we're gonna stay. That we'll go ahead and select sampled here. Alright, so I'm made it to where it's going over a lot more now. I think that's closer to what we want. I'm gonna make this turn a little bit larger as well. There's just gonna be a lot of trial and error when we're getting into, because I'm trying to make it as accurate as possible on the layout. Yay, no one has school, so they can just watch me all night. That's how we're gonna do it, alright? Just everyone just watch me all night. See, it works out for you. Alright, so we're gonna go back this way. Taking a look at the layout here. So it's got a little twisty, turny section here, where it twists back and forth to different areas. Who cares about family when I could watch Joe? Should always care about your family. Barbecue chips. You guys are great. Alright, so we're gonna line this up as best as we can. Favorite chip flavor? Oh man, barbecue chips are pretty good. Would I call it my favorite? Maybe? I don't know if that's a good question. What it would be my favorite flavor of chip? Alright, just gonna try and line this up as perfectly as I can. Salt and vinegar. That's not too bad either. Alright, I think we should make this just a little bit taller. Just a tad. I'll adjust it later. It really just kind of goes right through the center of this thing. The interesting part is we still got to put a vertical loop through this too, as well, once we get this all set. I think that's it right there. That's what I want right there. Alright, so we're going to test this out, see exactly where this ends up at. I might have to move over just a little bit more this way. It will work, but remember, we're going to be putting a vertical loop through this, so I don't want it too far over. So let's see, about... right about there. So then the vertical loop can go around right there. I could probably go just a little bit more still. Just trying to find that perfect spot. I think right there, actually. This piece is right on the edge. Right up right on the edge there of the launch section. Alright, let's add another piece or two. There we go. Oh wait, we could possibly just make this a little bit wider. Because it gets right up on Thunderation's track right here. Alright, let's do some smoothing tools here, and then we'll work on making that launch section. Cookies and cream. Ooh. We're talking about ice cream now? Oh, yeah. What do you use to make your photos for your park billboards, like Google Slides or what? So, like, my photos for my park billboards, like my logos and stuff, I use Photoshop. I just Photoshop them and just kind of make them. Y'all talking about ice cream in the chat, and I'm just... I might have to get some ice cream. I have some ice cream in my freezer. That'd be a good idea. Alright, I'm gonna raise this section up just a pinch and see if we can't smooth that together. I do wonder how much spinning Time Traveler is going to provide for us. Have you ever had vanilla with hot caramel in the middle? No, I haven't. At least I haven't. That sounds interesting, though. I love it because you can still see a little bit of that heart line going in. I had a little bit too much going on there, but that's okay. I might adjust, again, adjust Thunderation's turnaround right here just a little bit. Because in reality, this right here is a lot larger. And I just might make some adjustments. My favorite ice cream flavor, either cookies and cream or chocolate chip cookie dough. I love cookie dough. Like, I can't have enough cookie dough. It's just ridiculous. Just cookie dough. All the way. Cookies and cream and cookie dough. It's like a tie between those two. Look at those twists and turns. I love it. Layout's starting to come together. We don't have a... Hopefully, not actually too much to do. As long as it goes smooth. The hardest part is going to get that vertical loop through this dive loop and launch section. And I might try to actually make my own custom one, because it's more of a round loop instead of a, excuse me, teardrop loop. Which will be cool. Alright, so now to get this launch section going, we're gonna go all the way back here. Since I know that's lined up now, we're gonna make all this a launch section. And it's gonna be slightly angled too. Is that not 0? Oh, crap. I'm gonna make U 0. Ah, you weren't straight. We're gonna go ahead and start adding the catwalk. I'm actually gonna put a block section here, because the trains actually do stop at this point. And then we'll add the linear synchronous motor here. Actually, after the block section, we actually need to put just a slight angle here. Because again, it has that very slight elevated angle to it. So much so that you don't really notice it. And this launch section goes just a little bit further. We want to make sure we have plenty of room for the overbank turn, and then we can line it up and get that vertical loop in. A 95-foot tall loop! Well, thanks so much for joining me tonight, guys, and I'm going to probably be advertising a lot, but make sure you just to be aware that there is a schedule down below as well. A new scheduling tab. Just to help you guys out a little bit. So you can know when the streams are going to start. Oops, wrong button. I wanted to get rid of the track supports. We're going to go ahead and get rid of some of these track supports. We're about to enter a very difficult part. Now we're talking about sandwiches. My goodness. Favorite sandwich, sub, with toppings? Well, I like Black Forest ham a lot, and I don't know. I usually get like lettuce, tomato, onions, just lots of different stuff. Meatball subs are pretty good too. Alright, we got our launch section now. And it's starting to come together. We're going to have to make a little bit more terrain room here for the overbank curve. Which it's still placed on a slanted hill, but just want to make sure we have plenty of space for it. Something I'm also excited for is I can't wait to actually build the amphitheater right here. Echo Hollow. That'll be really cool. Hey, I'm back for another stream. Hey, welcome back. Glad to have you. Coaster King. Are you a true Coaster King? So just to update what we're doing is we're working on Time Traveler now. At least the layout. I started a little bit on it last night. So that's fun. Hey, I got an achievement on Twitch. Sweet. I am the king of all coasters. Oh, really? Does that mean you're more of a coaster king than this guy right here? Are you even more of a coaster king than this guy? 'Cause that's King Coaster right there. Put up some competition. Just look at him. He's staring at you, saying, hey, I know I'm the King Coaster, man. I don't know if any of you guys also missed it, but I also made the Thunderation sign, which is kind of cool. The big emphasis on the TNT. Like turkey cheese, lettuce, oil, and vinegar. Doesn't sound bad. I want to add some more detail, a couple details to the station building too. You know, like the supports structure on it and everything. Definitely be good. Alright, so we're gonna kind of test out what we have so far. Let me set the miles per hour, because this is actually a 47-mile-an-hour launch in real life. I'll probably have to adjust it anyways, because we don't have the proper trains on the ride. But let's take a look at what we have so far for Time Traveler. A revolutionary coaster ahead of our time. Coming to Silver Dollar City, spring 2018. I'm actually pretty impressed by the layout so far. It always lags the POVs every time. I apologize for that if it lagged out on the POV for you. Always does that for me. Hold on here. Let me check to make sure my settings are not too high. Oh, I got it set. POVs like to lag. That's just how it is. I don't know why POVs lag so much. Maybe it just takes a lot more programming power or processing power. I've never understood why it lags so much on the POVs. Everything looks good on my end, but when it translates into Twitch, it kind of lags out a little bit for some reason on the POVs. I think it's just like a processing thing. I don't know exactly. Launch it right off. I apologize for the lag. Let's see if it does it again. Let's do a cinematic view. I promise, it looks really good. It's actually pretty smooth, too. No. Yep, it's lagging out again. Why would you lag out so much on cinematic view and stuff? I apologize, guys. It usually hasn't been doing that lately. But decided to do it this time. I guess. Darn POVs, why it doesn't work. I wish Photoshop was free. There's actually Photoshop Online you can actually go into, and it's actually free, I believe. You just go in there, you can save your files. Okay, so let's start with this overbank turn. This overbank turn. It's kind of similar to the last one. Alright, we're going to go standard track. We're going to get rid of that optional catwalk, because it's optional. And we're not worrying about it right now. Just to let y'all know, my streaming schedule for the next day or two is gonna be weird. I don't know if it's I'm gonna be able to stream at a certain time. We'll see. It might be earlier in the day because I'm actually going on a quick trip up to St. Louis. It's actually kind of straight for a little bit. Got to go for a little bit. I'll be like, bye everyone. Okay. See you when you get back. Alright, so we're gonna go up around, and we gotta make sure we have enough space to get this nice, beautiful turn into a vertical loop. I've never really built my own custom vertical loop before, so this might be interesting. We'll see how it turns out. Let's see, it goes under the second launch over here, so we're gonna go around and just really try and nicely line it up. And I gotta get enough momentum that it's gonna get through that loop no problem, so we gotta go high enough. So I gotta go plenty higher than the, I might have to adjust the speed of the launch as well. So I love the overbank turns. Those are going to be fun. Yeah, I'm going to have to adjust the speed a little bit. Of course. Why did you have to valley out? Hey, look, we're at 1 feet up here. I have to adjust that probably a little more. Alright, so we're going to change the speed up a couple more miles an hour. Alright, not the exact shaping I need, so... gotta try and shape this up a little better. There, it makes it better now. Hopefully I have it tall enough, too, that we're not gonna have an issue with the vertical loop. Had to adjust the terrain a little bit here too. So it's a pretty big turn right here. Heading down into it. Need to get it down over here. It's always interesting when you're trying to line something up, and usually a trick that I like to do is sometimes just do whatever and actually get the track down there and just line my turn up with it to get down there. So I'll just go ahead and get my track down there. This is all going to be deleted, of course. That way I can get my track lined up exactly where I'm going to need it. As we're going to be throwing in a vertical loop right here. Alright, so it's going to be heading over to the right, so... yeah, I actually haven't messed with the friction at all yet either, so... we might mess with the friction as well. To adjust everything. Just like Thunderation, we had to mess with the friction quite a bit to get a speed that kind of made more sense and everything, so that's nice. So this time I'm actually going to try my hands at actually building a custom loop. I've never really done it before, so wish me luck. Okay, so the loop is going to start here. It's going to go all the way over, completely over the, it's going to roll right over this dive loop. Can't wait to finish your park that you've been doing for 4 weeks straight every night. Ooh. Sounds like some dedication right there. Alright, 90 degrees is the midway spots. So what we're going to have to do as well is make sure we're heading the other way. Oh, I'm in an angle snap. Alright, we're gonna have to make that just a little bit smaller. So we're gonna use a couple smaller segments here. So this part is, I'm going to use like that, and then the next part is where I'm going to start doing the heading over a little bit. making my own custom loop, and it's a very round loop as well. It goes faster because I watch your streams while doing so. So thanks, you're welcome, I guess. If that helps you, you're welcome. Okay, so the top piece is about right there. That actually is... Ooh, I like the way that's looking. My skills of doing this are getting better. And then hopefully the, my goal is that the, smooth tool will be our friend here. Alright, and then on this one, we're gonna head it exactly where we want it. And the smooth tool will hopefully get that exactly kind of where we want them. So now we'll keep this one at 0. This has gone smoother than I thought it would, I will say that. And then pretty much at the bottom here, it actually starts to turn a little bit to get ready for this kind of whipping effect that it has. Look at it slim right through there. Because it goes straight into a turn right here. Alright, and then hopefully the smooth tool will help us out. Hello everyone, hello! Hello to you too! We'll see if the smooth tool becomes our friend or our enemy here on this vertical loop. Like I said, it's a very kind of round vertical loop. It doesn't have really much of a teardrop shape. I do feel like it's a little wide, though. If I did have to make a critique on it. Like, it's a very circular loop, but I think I made it just a little bit too big. Possibly. I don't know. We'll see how it shapes up after smoothing it. Smoothing it might shape it up a little bit. It's got good speed through it, though. I might be able to just shape it up myself, too, if I need to. Without deleting the track. So I'm gonna go ahead and select this top part, just see what this does. There we go. A 95-foot tall loop. Alright, so what I'm gonna do to kind of maybe help with the shaping. I'm gonna try and pull this a little bit towards. I don't like that. It's got a good speed going through that, though. So the only thing is I kind of want this... inside just a little more. See, it's a very round loop, but at the same time, I don't think it's that round. Let's see how it looks from... I don't know. I can't tell if I like it or not perfectly. It's probably the best custom loop I've ever made, though. Okay, so with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and get this turn properly completed. So our goal is to get it connected with that piece. And we're gonna have to adjust the terrain a little bit here. We're definitely gonna have to lower this down. Kind of that way we can line it up properly here. I think the hardest part after this will probably be the 0G roll at the end, towards the end of the ride. So I like to do smaller pieces, so I feel like I get a little more control when I do these shorter pieces. Definitely gets a lot gentler here. Alright, we're supposed to get over there, so we're gonna work our way over there, not worrying about terrain. That's always adjustable. Just waiting for that little signal to come up saying, hey, you can connect to me. Which still hasn't come up. Yeah, I think that's like what my thought was. It looks a little more circular than what it should be. That was my thoughts exactly. Alright, let's see if we can smooth this turn out enough to get it where I need it to. We're gonna shape it up a little bit here. So that's actually not where it needs to be shaped up. It needs to be more outside here. Hate it when it like changes my thing completely. Just needs to be a nice long turn here, pretty much. That's what we need it to be. And then slowly get a little steeper. There we go. Alright, we're gonna connect it. You ready? It's kind of like a real roller coaster. You work up the sides and then you connect the top. Still haven't smoothed this out at all yet. Should probably do that. Now, I spend so much time on the layout, but I want it to look... It needs to look good. You know, it's just gotta look good. And it's always gonna have inaccuracies. Wolf Wolf is following. Were you not following before? I appreciate the follow. Were you not following? You're here more than anyone. Or did you make a mistake? Or did you just want to hear Patrick, that's not a ride? That's gonna be my guess. You just wanted to hear that again. That's kind of weird. You just wanted to be on the board, didn't you? Is it working? Well, it looks like the board's working, so yeah, it's working. As long as it updates. Oh, I was trying to see if I had notifications were on and I accidentally clicked on follow. Oh, okay. Well, you got to say... You got to see Patrick, that's not a ride again. Patrick, that's not a ride. Alright, so lots of smoothing to do here. Patrick, that's not a ride. Alright, and I think we got a good height difference between this bank turn and the vertical loop. I still have a lot of shaping I need to work on here. Still not exactly where I need it. Still looks a bit rough here. Just a little bit. Just a tad rough. Can't smooth this out just a pinch. See that heart line though? Good thing about if you do have inaccuracies on this part, it's not going to make a huge difference because it's not like near anything. That's the one good thing about this one spot. Alright, this part's just a little Gotta try and smooth that out as best as we can. How many coasters do you think is too many? JRM 1984 is now following. Thank you so much for that follow, man. I appreciate it. And you are gonna be right up there on that board now. For everyone to see. I like the little thing here now where I can show the follows now. It's pretty cool. I like it. I'm just now getting into like the extensions and stuff and all the alerts. Still trying to figure all of them out. How do you host someone? So you, I think you go to your settings, because I actually auto-host a couple people. You'll go to your settings, and then you head on over to, it's one of the options, and there's a little host option in one of the tabs. And you can actually, do that. That was a serious delay. Is it delayed a lot? Oh yeah, it is pretty delayed, isn't it? Whew. I see that. The stream is a little delayed. More than usual. That's unusual. That's interesting. Can't wait for a 24 hours live stream if you do one. So, yeah, we'll see. I'm considering it again. I think I have a better way. I know what there's a drink that I can buy that gives me a little more energy. It's kind of like a coffee kind of thing, but I'm not a big coffee drinker in the first place. That might help me get through it, but we'll see. Alright, that's looking pretty good right there. Alright, we're that much closer. I think this turn is shaping out to be pretty good. It's Looks pretty decent. It's not completely perfect, but not too bad. Okay, so all that's left now is we have this twist and turn, and then the 0G roll, and then we have to connect it to the second launch. I'll be there for more than 14 hours the next time you do one. If you want to stay up with me, that is awesome. But yeah, as for the hosting, let me know if you figure that out. But it's under your settings, and it's one of the things that, and you can set up which channels you want to auto-host, and make sure you go down to the bottom and say that that's on and stuff. I found it myself, and I'm doing some just by about 12 5-hour energy shots. I don't really do energy drinks really. Just ask some of the people that did watch. I was going crazy. I was going nuts when I did that. And I even lost power in the middle of it, and I had to restart. Alright, so we go up. It actually goes pretty far over here on this turn. So it goes up over this turn. And then it starts to twist. Shorten that up just a little bit there. I'm going to go ahead and lower some of the terrain in this area, so we can get that. It was pretty funny. Yeah, I'll definitely consider doing a 24-hour stream again. If I do, it'll probably most likely be on Twitch this time instead of YouTube, just because I think Twitch is better for live streaming. But again, I want to point out that I do have a schedule down below in the panels now, so if you want to check that out, I'm actually going to start posting the times that I'm going to live stream and everything, just so you guys get a better idea. And I'm going to try and do it a little more advanced than what I did today. I posted a couple hours today, but I just got that going, so. Again, it's up in the air for these next couple days, because I do want to try and get a stream out. I'll probably bring my laptop with me and see what I can do, but sleep 24 hours before you stream. Not a bad idea. So you're doing another 24-hour? I can't wait. Possibly. I have the idea in the air, since I am getting some pretty good demands for it. But as of when right now, I don't know. I'd probably do it sometime in February, because I'm going to be going back to work late February, so I'm probably going to want to do it before then, if I do that, so. Alright, this is a pretty wide turn here. And the 0G roll goes underneath this part right here. Comes around, just does a turn, and heads into that second launch section. Alright, we're gonna mess with the train more. Can you do it on a weekend like Saturday night? Probably. Yeah, I'll probably do it more on the weekend, so everyone has a little bit more availability. So probably like a Saturday night and end on Sunday. So the way I'll probably do it is I'll start later in the day, maybe. Yeah, it's probably start, or maybe like maybe like 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon. That way I end at 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon the next day. And I think that will work pretty well. So what I'm going to do, since the end of the world ends right here, and you know how it's kind of glitchy where you can't edit outside the world, is I'm going to try and block it with a lot of trees and stuff. Where are you going, Joe? Oh, on my trip, I am going to St. Louis. I'm going to be doing some snowboarding. They have a little tiny skiing place up there. And I've actually gone to like the mountains before in like in Colorado, Nevada, and I've done some slopes out there. It's been a while so I'll probably be a little rusty. But I'll be bringing my laptop with me, so I might be able to do some streaming. I don't exactly know what time yet, so I'll try and get that posted in the schedule down below as soon as I know, of course. What am I doing? I'll worry about the terra painting later. I just need to get this terrain out of the way. It helps so I can see what I'm doing. Alright, so we're almost done. We just got to do a 0G roll and a turn into the second launch, and then we'll pretty much have this layout done. Yeah, so I'll probably be leaving tomorrow to go on that trip, and I'll probably start maybe trying, if I can get, hopefully the place we're staying has Wi-Fi. I'm sure they will. So hopefully it won't be too bad quality. When are you leaving? Yeah, just I was just getting into that. So yes, I'll be leaving tomorrow night. I believe we're leaving tomorrow night, and then we'll be coming back. We'll be snowboarding Saturday. So I don't know if I'm gonna get. I want to do a live stream Saturday, but I don't know exactly if I will. If I do, it'll probably be earlier because they're open till 1 a.m. the next morning. I just hope they have good enough Wi-Fi where we're staying. Otherwise, it might not be worth it to stream. I'm not sure. But I'll be back in full swing Sunday for sure. This part is really where it hugs the terrain. Is this turn right here. And the turn leads into the roll too, so it's kind of neat. Yeah, I still didn't get this low enough. So the roll's going to come underneath this and then have a turn into that launch section. Whoops. Ah, camera, why? What are you doing, camera? Try to make it look a little bit like a construction zone because it still looks like that. It's got a lot of that mud and dirt and everything still there. Alright, let's see if we can get this turn correct. So we're gonna be making another custom inversion here. Alright, I'm gonna level you out, because now we're gonna start getting some elevation off of it. See if I can make a decent custom inversion roll here. I've had this idea for a stream. It's called Interactive Coaster Building. You ask in the chat in a certain order what you want to do when you're building a coaster. So, like, I could be like full length lift hill, 30-degree angle, and someone else will be like continue it, or if they can like put a brake section or drop, and so on and so forth. And it goes on until someone ends the coaster. Gotcha. So I think I know what you mean. So pretty much using the chat in a community to build a ride, in other words. I like that idea a lot. So maybe I can just choose someone in chat saying, okay, you're going to tell me what's going to be next on this coaster. Alright, let's see how this turns out. It's kind of at the midway point right underneath here. So I'm going to try and get it there. Hopefully I do this alright. You're going to be watching WWE Royal Rumble. Ah, gotcha. That's fine with me, I guess. Wrestling over JLW games. I actually don't care, it's alright. I'm just messing around. So this is gonna come around. Ooh, that's gonna be a lengthy turn there. Yeah, we need to Do I have the, yeah, baking offset is on. Making sure we get that nice heart line still. This is like a very fast roll, too. It rolls right through this very quickly. You see what I did there? You'll be at Harry Potter Fest all weekend. Awesome. I'm hoping. I'm gonna need the smooth tool's help here. Alright, let's try and get some more turning going in here. Ah! So I might just have to adjust a little bit of the terrain. I see it ends more way over here, so it's a very big roll. And I'm making it too small. Alright, let me try and... Yeah, so let's not twist it just yet. Going into it. So we can still say we're in the turn here. You could do the coaster building during the 24-hour live stream. It's a good idea, yeah. I want to do kind of a lot of things during the live stream, for sure. Alright, now this will get to turn in here. And we'll see what the smooth tool helps us out or not. And a 0G roll. Man, I'm so bad at custom inversions, especially when it comes to rolls. And I still might reposition this launch section here, too. See, I need to angle the roll actually a little bit more. So I'm going to go as far as going all the way back here. Hopefully a coaster recreation. We'll see. Oh gosh. Don't die on me. Alright. Make a nice wide turn here. We're gonna hug that ground nice and tight here. Subscriber park competition. Winner gets a t-shirt. Not a bad idea. I could definitely getting some ideas here for sure. See if I go right here. So I need to do just a little bit tighter here on the turn. Well, good night. Harry Potter Fest starts at 9 a.m. All right, cool. You have a wonderful night. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate it. Alright, we gotta start getting leveled out here. That way we can be ready to do our inversion. So I want to angle it that way direction. I would totally lose that competition. You don't know that. Not with that attitude. I could have, like, first, second, third place winners, too. Like, different prizes for each thing. That'd be neat. Last time I held a competition, no one did anything, so... But, of course, that was a while back, a long time ago. Before I even really had anybody watching me. I don't know why I thought I could do a competition at that time. Let's get this. I didn't have Planet Coaster win the competition. I was actually, I don't even think it was a Planet Coaster competition last I remember. I think it was a Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 competition, actually. Alright, I think we're in a better situation now. Just gonna get myself some room over here. Yeah, the construction site on this ride is ridiculous, though. Especially with all the... all this terrain. I think we're doing a good job, though, for the terrain part. Are you sure? I thought you did a Planet Coaster competition. I don't remember doing one at all. Not for Planet Coaster, anyways. If I did, it was probably back in the alpha days. And I wouldn't probably remember it. Alright, I think I'm lined up pretty well here. I'm pretty good here. Whatever happened to that medieval park you were doing on RCT3? I believe that's when I stopped playing RCT. Surprised someone even remembers that. Oh gosh. I actually recently looked at some of my older videos and stuff. I actually kind of want to look to see if it's still on here. If I even remember how to play Roller Coaster Tycoon 3, oh my goodness. I don't even know if I remember how to play that game. Alright, that definitely turned out pretty good right there. This does go right about there where I'm lined up at, so we're lined up pretty well here. We just gotta go up to the launch section. I was there for Theme Park Studio, but never watched RCT vids. Yeah, I did do a lot of Theme Park Studio. That game's, like, completely irrelevant. I actually, the other day, tried to open that game up, and it crashed without even doing anything. And I was like, well... Alright, so I'm gonna go up here. Am I straight here? I'm actually going to try and move this over just a pinch. Kind of want to put it about right there. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, I think I'm gonna move this over to about right here. So I think that would be just a tad more accurate. At least a little bit. Maybe. Actually, let's go ahead and do it right here. So I'm gonna work backwards here a little bit. Sometimes I like doing that, it's a little bit easier. You were there for RCT3. Man, you've been here a while then. I will say that. I think a yearly 24-hour live stream during your off season would be cool. Yeah, it would be cool, I guess. They're harder than you think, I will say that. I went into it last year just going, this is easy. This isn't gonna be too hard. Boy, was I wrong. It's like, I can do this. Staying up for 24 hours, no problem. I've done it before. Alright, let's get this nice and lined up. Smooth tool helped me out a little bit. Thank you, buddy. It's actually really good right there. Now we just got to use the smooth tool and see if it helps us out a little bit. I remember one time I played you on Overwatch. Yeah, I remember that too. I think we played Madden as well. I definitely would like to do more things to have more interaction with you guys as well, like playing games with you and stuff. Definitely a lot of really cool. Alright, after we do this a little bit of smoothing, we actually should have Time Traveler completed. And I'm pretty pleased with it. Yeah, JW Music. Oh my goodness. I still have that channel, by the way. That was actually my first channel. It used to have a different name, too. Alright, so we gotta smooth this inversion a little bit better. Looks pretty good overall. Yep, that was it. Alright, a little bit of smoothing, and I think we're pretty much good to go here. And Time Traveler will be well on its way. Only thing is this launch section is very short compared to the other ones, and would be the main thing right here. Did you not have enough juice to get up there? Wouldn't doubt it. I stayed up till 5 in the morning playing a video game and didn't realize it until someone noticed. Yeah, I've had moments like that where I'm just like, whoa, where did time go? And I'm just like, oh my gosh, it's 5, 6 in the morning. I've actually had a really bad sleep schedule. I've been going to bed between 4 and 6 o'clock lately. It's like ridiculous. Alright, if we can just fix that launch section, we'll be in pretty good shape because it's just a little short. I mean, this is okay right here because those aren't even, but these actually are pretty even for the most part. Hey, it made it over. I'm gonna try and make this as long as I can. Probably won't be long enough, but it's okay. See if we can round that up a little bit. So I added another piece or two there. Made that launch section just a little bit longer. Still pretty short, but I actually think this one's just a little long, to be honest. I think that's one of the main things. This one's just too long. So I think we can fix that up a little bit here. At least make it a little bit better. Oops. I accidentally clicked out. There we go. We'll just smooth out the turn a little bit. That's what we'll do. It's not 100% perfect, but it's pretty darn good, I think. Like, I'm pretty proud of this. Definitely better than the last time I tried it. I think for sure. Whew, look at that. It's got some pretty good speeds because it goes about that slow at the top too. Same with like the vertical loop. Might have to smooth that out just a little bit. It's actually got some pretty good moves to it. Of course, it's gonna, with 4 cars per train like it's supposed to be, it would actually be a little bit closer than what it is. But yeah, it's pretty good. For sure. I do a POV, but I don't know if it's gonna lag out or not for that in that matter, so we're gonna go ahead and save the park. And I'm gonna save this on up. I for sure if heck ain't gonna lose it. That's a pretty darn stinking good recreation right there. Of course, without the spinning cars, of course. Alright, I'm going to try and do a POV. I apologize if it, of course, kind of lags out a little bit. Go right from the beginning here. Here we go. That's a pretty good, like, environment, too, to be honest, actually. Here we go. Actually, the game does tell you the length of the coaster. You just have to go to the test results. Again, I'm sorry if the stream's lagging out on the POV. It likes to do that. Joe can show you, yeah, I will. That's pretty stinking good, though, right there. It's pretty smooth, too. Alright, so you just go over here to testing and make sure you're under results. It has the track length right here. And it has all your stuff. Duration, track length, max speed, average speed, biggest drop, and so on and so forth. So, the track length, we didn't get very accurate on this, actually. We're about 500 feet off, or 500 feet off, actually. We made it a little longer than what it is. It's actually about 3,025 feet, I believe. And we made it 3,520. I mean, while building the coaster live. Okay, so when you're... So it tells you while you're building it? Is that what you mean? My gosh, it's pretty good. I know it was a little laggy, or it was laggy on the POV when you guys were watching it, but it's pretty stinking good. Not gonna lie. Like, I'm very proud with this recreation. And it's not perfect by any means, but it's pretty good. So now we got Time Traveler. And that's we're going to move on a little bit to Thunderation now. Thunderation. I don't know if a lot of you were here for when I built the sign last night, but there is the entrance sign for Thunderation. Looking pretty good. Pretty proud of that sign, actually. It looks pretty decent. Alright, so I actually made this mistake earlier. We also changed the color scheme a little bit to make it look more rusty, a rustic kind of feel, because that's what it actually is in real life. It's a pretty old ride, as of right now. Alright, so we have 2 in between, and then we add the actual support structure. Train's getting in my way. We're gonna do a couple of supports here. So I'm gonna slowly but surely get this done. But I think we're good on this hill because we got pretty much all we needed to get done on this to get started. And of course, if we do adjust the terrain just a pinch, we can change it. Excalibur. So we make our custom footers here, which look pretty good. And I'm like being very precise with a lot of these as well on the custom supports. Probably more so than what I need to, but I'm gonna try and work a little bit on the queue line here. But we're gonna really have to mess. Terrain's gonna be a very interesting thing to work with here. So we're gonna have to push this down, get it out of the way, and adjust it later, but as the queue line goes under here in the station, then there's like some kind of cool scenery here. Goes here, and then it actually comes out, or about right here actually. And it goes around underneath the track. I wanted to build this before we got too far here into the, because we're gonna have to mess with a little bit with terrain. We'll adjust those in a minute. Obstructed. Okay, so I got a new idea. We're gonna add more to the stairs over here. So they actually are a little bit longer. That should definitely be low enough now. And there's like a little tunnel here that it goes through. I gotta lower the terrain even more. Bum 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 bum. I gotta figure out exactly how it's gonna get up there, because it has a couple of like switchbacks kind of here in a way. Because it gets very close to Time Traveler. Like, very close to Time Traveler. See, I don't want you to go to the ground there. No. Stop it. I said stop it. Stay away from the ground. But yeah, this area has changed so much since they've started construction on Time Traveler. It didn't used to be this way. Because now you have like these steps for Thunderation and everything. So you go up here. And then I believe the entrance for Thunderation's right here. It's actually got a little bit of a path going around there. That's actually a pretty good fit there. About where it's at, too. Got the Thunderation sign there. And there's actually a little tunnel that goes underneath here, I believe. Which is kind of neat. But I kid you not, this is it's really, really close to Time Traveler, and this is slightly inaccurate, for sure. Because in a sense, the turnaround for Time Traveler is actually, this part's actually right here. So it's not completely correct, but it's still really close. Alright, we're gonna try and see where we can get the terrain here without messing stuff up. So one thing I hate, I wish you could build the terrain up to the pathway that you've built. It's one of my biggest pet peeves in the game. It's okay. We'll work around it, for sure. When did they start working on Time Traveler? Back in 2016 is when they actually started clearing land. They started clearing land in 2016, so a lot of people thought it was going to be a 2017 attraction. Which it ended up being, which I already knew it was 2018, but a lot of people were thinking it was 2017 because they started so early on it. And they got the track completed in November of 2017. They actually got all the track in place. And they started testing in December, so early December. People said it was going to be a dive coaster. That's what a lot of people said, because when they had the kind of poll for attractions, possible attractions to add to the park, a dive coaster was on there, and then a mock launch spinning coaster was also on there, which ended up being the mock launch spinning coaster, of course. But a lot of people thought the B&M was more likely, and I'm actually glad it was the spinning coaster, because I think it's a little more unique and will work a little better in the end. Alright, so we have a tunnel here, so we're not going to be messing with this. Did I do the survey? No, I didn't. But I knew about the survey. But I did not do it myself. I think they did it just for random guests. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm pretty sure that's how it ended up being. Alright, I'm gonna have a support piece right after the tunnel here. Can I put it on this one? Should be able to. Maybe a dive coaster will be the next go. I heard that a rumor that might be a possibility, yeah. For sure. Just a rumor, though. Alright, so we're going to have to go in and do a bit of editing to each individual piece, because now I'm going to have to move the blocks further down. Gotta push this further down. And we'll just add these extra pieces. An extra X. Put you there. We're just gonna make these. Maybe they will drive into a cliff. They have 2 launch coasters. That's more than some parks. Yeah, that's true. I think a dive coaster would be cool, especially if it was built into the terrain. That would make an extra fun factor to it. But it would definitely be cool to have it, like, interacting with the terrain, for sure. Dive into the cave. Well, I will say that, fun fact for the day, Thunderation was actually designed originally to actually go into the cave, but they decided not to do it because they did not want to touch the cave. They thought that would ruin kind of the natural part about it, which I believe it was a good decision to not do it, so. But I can tell you that they're definitely not going to do that. For sure. They're not going to touch the cave. So what we're doing is we're pretty much going to be working more on these custom supports, because that's the main thing to do here. And of course a little bit of the, we'll have to do more of the station as well. And this is all going to be covered up. I'm going to have to go in here, though, and get these blocks out of view. And we're just going to probably have to make these a little longer and make them go into the train. And I'll probably just add maybe some like rocks and stuff to make up for this kind of awkward thing that it creates here. Try and make it a little more natural. So we're gonna head into scenery and see if we can make this look good with what we have here. Is it this piece? Yes. I'm gonna first try this to see how this looks. Make it nice and dark. Alright, so most of this is going to be kind of covered up a lot by the tunnel that I am going to build. But I'm going to try and blend this in as best as I can to make this look kind of like a ground piece. Because it kind of has that texture to work out a little bit. We'll see how it works, though. We're just pretty much going to try and blend this. I got to get rid of these exposed blocks. That's good. I know this looks a little sketchy right now, but trust me, hopefully the idea I have. Just stick with me. Okay, so actually for this piece, we can just lower this down more. Gonna have to reposition it probably just a pinch here. This will be need to be repositioned. Actually, we'll keep you on hold for right now. I'm gonna edit this one piece. Ah, did I build something? I don't know what happened. Because now we're gonna go into scenery. Natural. And you kind of get my drift what I'm going for here. Maybe a little bit. Gonna try and hide this ugliness. But again, this is gonna be a tunnel here, so that's gonna help hide it more as well. So we're not completely hopeless. Also throw a couple of rocks in there too. So I'm sure some rocks will help. Couple more bushes. Don't know if my stomach is going to handle spinning and going upside down at the same time. And I don't know if they're going to change it, but it really does. I've seen the test runs, and it really does not spin much at all. And when I mean, like, doesn't spin much at all, I mean, like, not at all. It does not have much spinning to it. But again, it was early tests, so I'm sure it's not up to speed, and they don't have it spinning at full speed either, so. And just like they said, it's a very controlled spin. It's not going to be spinning fast. And yada yada, all that good stuff. You know. And just don't eat. Probably won't feel so great afterwards. If you don't eat, so. Alright, let's get the terrain painting just a little bit here. Got some dry grass, we got this kind of grass. Just gonna do a little bit of blending. See how we can do. Okay, so now... Whoops. No, I want to select this. Whatever. I'll move it out of the way for now. There we go. Now I'll put you where I want. Alright, so we're going to stay with this trend and do it on the other side a little bit here too. As best as we can. I might even go a little angle here. I don't know. Alright, so if I put this up here, might be a... What if SD is like, psych, thought you're gonna make it spinning. Yeah, I've seen it, it spins. Sat in the car myself. See, I'm trying to substitute the terrain here as best as I can and hide all this interestingness. Just something I'm trying out. As you can see, it looks pretty well with the ground over there. Once we get the tunnel in there, it'll look a lot better. And underneath the queue line, we're not going to have to worry about it at all. We'll just go in, cover it up with scenery, and move on along. Alright. Knew something good was going to happen when Locke put spinning cars on blue fire. Yep. Too bad you can't ride blue fire that way. That would be cool, if you could, though. We're going to put a couple of trees around, too. Has anyone rode a Mach coaster? I will, in about a month, I will be. You've rode Blue Fire? That's awesome! I want to ride Blue Fire. Really bad, actually. As you can see, we're really just trying to detail the spots here. Alright, I'm going to reposition you down a little bit here. But again, once we get the tunnel put in here, it won't be too much of a big deal. It'll be easy. You lived in Germany for 4 years? That's awesome. That's pretty cool. I'll slowly but surely get work done on all this. But, like, you have no idea how much detail I'm going to put into these. Pretty ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous how close Time Traveler is to Thunderation. Like, it used to be nothing but trees over here, and now you just see, like, those exposed areas, and it's incredible. The amount of progress has gone into the ride. I don't need no angle snap. I'll just get in my way. So yeah, we're gonna be doing every single cross tie of this. I don't know. I probably won't be doing this for the whole stream, but I want to get at least the first little part here of Thunderation done with custom supports and see how it turns out. So I'm very excited for that. I'm actually gonna go ahead and use a normal piece here. So got kind of like my prefab support system here going on. Actually, it might be a good idea to use the bigger one for this. So it already does have the angled piece on it. We'll have to adjust according to the ride itself. Only Mac coasters you've ridden were wild mouse coasters. Oh man. Well, at least it's a mock coaster. I have been on their interactive boat ride, if that even really counts. If you know what I mean. Does that really even count? Alright, we got that. Now it's time to add a footer over here. Mock bobsleds too. Cool. Alright, that's starting to look pretty good. Pretty exciting, actually, when I think about it. It'll really come together more when we get a lot more stuff in there. Oops. Like trees and everything. Like, you can see how detailed this area is starting to come out. Alright, one thing that we're going to continue on here is actually build these metal pieces. Something we've actually been slacking off on. Gotta have the metal pieces too. Gotta make sure they're in the right angles too. Gotta angle them. Now there's certain sections that also will have like a couple catwalks as well. I'll have to pay attention to. Got some pretty intense custom supports going on here. Just so everyone knows, pretty intense support, custom supports. Maybe by the end of the stream my park will be complete. Who knows? If you work on it enough, you just might. I can tell you right now, this park won't be done. Won't even be close. You can see what I have to do. Yeah, I did more custom supporting here than I thought I did. Alright, those are slanted, but I don't think I want to worry about slanting these at all. We'll just kind of keep them the way we've been going, as long as they're kind of in the same level. But it's a very interesting mine train, because it's not like your typical one where Planet Coaster can supply me all the supports, because I want it to look ridiculously accurate. That's my goal. Make this look ridiculously accurate. I want people to go in and just go, "Are you kidding me?" I forgot to put this back. I'm not going as far as like, oh, there's a rock right there, there's a rock right there, but pretty darn close, though. Alright, as long as you're pretty close here, we don't have to worry too much about you. So one thing, we have to do both sides. This is probably the most complex custom supports I've done, too. Most detailed custom supports I've done. Because it's not like a, you know, a B&M where you can, you know, you just have a couple of supports and you're good. No, you gotta support every inch of the track. So it makes it a bit more challenging. That is the thing in Planet Coaster. All you gotta do is add more trees. Add more trees and you'll be good. I had to do a different texture on those queue lines, though. Just a little bit, Just a little, to go down here. We're a little over our head. Probably should have done some angling on this piece. There we go. There we go. Both sides are complete for right now. And my goodness. Am I going to do a vlog opening day of Time Traveler? Or are you working? I'm working opening day. We're going to need all hands on deck for that day. So I'm not off at all. I don't know. I might record just a pinch before I go in. While I'm going in, I don't know. Because we're not allowed to have our phones in any shape or form at work. Beautiful. I am so happy. Pretty happy with that. Wonder how many people are going to be there. Record-breaking attendance for SDC? Could be, who knows? A very busy day for us is usually 20,000 plus. I will say that. 20,000 plus is a really busy day. And I think during Christmas we had over 26,000 at one point. I think I actually got close to 27. Alright, so there's usually a green and red train on Thunderation. Green's the more iconic color on it, so we're gonna... It's like a dark green. But it's like green and yellow. They have... Some cars are green, some cars are yellow. But we can't actually change that. Maybe I should just make the front part yellow. Which I actually think it's green in the... Anyways. But I'm gonna try my best anyways. Go ahead and make this kind of a silver. Yeah, not accurate, but... Is the station for Time Traveler always moving? Like a lot of spinning goes? No. It comes to a stop, but I can give you a visual presentation here. So this is the transfer track right behind the station. With 3 trains running, we're going to be able to unload from the transfer track. So there's actually going to be an unload section here, and you load in the station and you unload on the transfer. So kind of think of those unloading spots too. So it is going to stop. There's going to be a little operator right here. There's actually a little booth right here that I saw. And you're going to get off the transfer, and the exit ramp is actually coming from here and leading back up this way. And there's actually a photo booth up here and everything right there. It's pretty neat. Yeah, kind of like Millennium Force in a way. It has its own little unload spot. And then there's a loading. You load up here, you unload up here. But that's only when we're running 3 trains. If we're running 1 or 2, they unload normally in the station. So it's kind of a weird thing. Only when there's 3 trains we'll unload on the transfer. At least to my understanding, that's how it's going to be. Okay, I'm gonna kind of take a little bit of my building here. Take a little look at it for like the support structure and the windows and everything that's going to be on it. This top layer is actually a different texture in the maintenance bays. I just now know. Why didn't you switch to Time Traveler and stuck with Outlaw Run? I'm at Time Traveler, actually. I actually did. Planet Coaster should add 2 loading stations. Yeah, that'd definitely be a good idea, I think. It'd be really cool. Something that I think they should consider. You're working Time Traveler. Yes, I am. Correctamundo. I actually get my costumes in a couple weeks. I'm excited. It's actually more like 2 pieces of this. Let's see. Yeah, it's actually pretty much half and half. So we are going to do that. And delete these pieces. Now, I'm not going to do the Q line for Time Traveler yet until I know what it's going to be, so I'm going to kind of just leave it blank for now until I figure it out. Stream just went offline for me. What are you doing? Didn't go offline on mine, but it did freeze. What are you doing? Why did we freeze? Holy crap, it's lagging like crazy now. Why did we freeze? Come on.